Hello, I'm Jenny, virtual presenter of Canal Innova Plus. Innova Plus News, Intellectual Property and INPI is on the air, bringing posts available on the internet between December 26 and 28, 2023. But, before you start, be sure to subscribe to our channel, here on YouTube. It's fast and free. Oh, you're already subscribed, so, thank you so much for your support. Take advantage and press the notification bell to stay up to date with the news of the channel, and also like and share the videos you like on your social networks. Help us reach the 1,000 subscriber mark. Let's get to today's posts. First block, Intellectual Property. News number 1, All Mobile, December 27, 2023, Justice accepts Apple's request and temporarily lifts the ban on the watch line in the U.S. The U.S. Department of Justice has approved Apple's request to temporarily suspend the import of the Apple Watch Series 9 and Ultra 2 models due to a patent infringement allegation by Apple's competitor, Cupertino. Apple argued that the ban could result in irreparable damage to its U.S. operations. The decision was made after a legal dispute between Cupertino and Apple, which claimed to have used the requested technology without permission. The decision affects not only new consumers, but also older customers who need to maintain their relationships. The U.S. Department of Justice's decision could result in irreparable damage to Apple's business, considering the high demand for the products during the pandemic. Apple has removed the affected models from its website, and the ban remains in place in the U.S. The U.S. Department of Justice has defended its decision and is taking all necessary steps to release the Series 9 and Ultra 2 models to customers in the EU as soon as possible. News number 2, C-Market, December 27, 2023, New York Times sues ChatGPT owner for copyright infringement. The New York Times, NYT, has filed a lawsuit against OpenAI, the creator of artificial intelligence ChatGPT, and Microsoft for violating copyright laws. Microsoft has invested about $13 billion in OpenAI and uses the company's technology. The NYT claims that thousands of articles published by the newspaper were used to train artificial intelligence tools that now compete with OpenAI in providing information. This is the first major case in the U.S. to sue an AI developer for misuse of its content. The lawsuit, which is being conducted in Manhattan court, aims to create jurisprudence on the relationship between artificial intelligence and media, which is a concern for journalists, artists, and other online content producers. The NYT argues that using someone else's intellectual property without paying has been extremely lucrative for the company. News number 3, Fast COMANY Brazil, December 28, 2023, Mickey Mouse and other characters that will fall into the public domain in 2024. In 2024, Mickey Mouse and other famous Disney characters will enter the public domain. The first Mickey and Minnie Mouse character, Steamboat Willie, will be available for public use in accordance with U.S. copyright law. However, not all of a character's characteristics or personality traits are copyrighted. Disney will continue to register Mickey as a corporate mascot and brand identifier, and the law will allow the use of the character to attract consumers. The first animated film featuring Mickey and Minnie Mouse, The House at Pooh Corner, will also be available for public use. Tiger, the most famous character, will join friend Winnie the Pooh in the public domain, as The House at Pooh Corner will be available for the first time. The public will define the terms of the term, but there are those who argue that this only confirms the amount of intellectual property, IP, in the U.S. secured for an excessive period. Other notable properties that will enter the public domain include Charlie Chaplin's The Circus, Virginia Woolf's Orlando, and Eugene O'Neill's Long Day's Journey into Night. The U.S. will generally go beyond Europe and retain its own public domain rights. News number 4, Miguel.com.br, December 28, 2023, Compulsory licensing of intellectual property rights as a non-pecuniary antitrust penalty. This article explores the non-monetary penalties in the competition law, LDC, and recommends a compulsory license for intellectual property rights. It examines CADE's cases between 2012 and 2020 and their implications against free competition. The article explains that LDC applies to both individuals and legal entities, with the application of fines being the main penalty. The article also highlights the importance of considering the public interest and the seriousness of the facts in the application of such penalties. The article also highlights the need for greater government involvement in the implementation of such penalties, since they are not universally applicable. Internationally, Canada and Japan have legislative provisions for the compulsory licensing of intellectual property rights, including penalties for illegitimate competitions. In the US and the European Union, the same laws do not explicitly apply to such penalties. However, in Australia, Mexico, and the United Kingdom, similar provisions or decisions have not been implemented. 3 cases were investigated by CADE, involving anti-competitive conduct, patent infringement and infringement of pharmaceutical patents. CADE recommended the postponement of compulsory licensing for these activities. News number 5, I Love Cinema, December 28, 2023, has Zack Snyder ever quit Rebel Moon? Director comes up with idea for classic spy movie franchise. Zack Snyder, director of Army of the Dead and Rebel Moon, has announced plans to start a new sci-fi series on Netflix. Prior to that, Snyder worked on pre-existing stories such as Watchmen, Man of Steel, Batman v Superman, Dawn of Justice, and Justice League. He also discussed the possibility of restricting this method and the existence of intellectual property. Snyder's character, Cast, was cast in a famous franchise, stating that it would be cool to see James Bond at the age of 20. Daniel Craig, who played James Bond's last adventures on the big screen, left the role in No Time to Die. Michael G. Wilson, producer of the franchise, denied these rumors and stated that the next actor should be in his 30s. Dadison McWilliams, director of the franchise, revealed that the character's casting was different from other young actors, and that they had less experience and mental capacity to adapt the character. Rebel Moon, Part 1, The Girl of Fire will be available in the Netflix catalog, while the sequel, Rebel Moon, Part 2, The Scar Marker, will be broadcast on April 19, 2024. Second block, INPI. News number 6, cavok, December 26, 2023, with a focus on sustainability, Boeing obtains its first 2 patents in Brazil. Boeing obtained its first 2 patents in Brazil, focusing on sustainability and reduction of CO superscript 2 emissions and flight efficiency. The patents, granted by the Brazilian Patent and Trademark Office, BPTO, are focused on the efficiency of flight operations. Boeing Research and Technology, BRNT, Brazil, a unit dedicated to technological development, also obtained its first patents developed by Brazilian researchers. The first patent focuses on the implementation of a continuous algorithm in the Flight Management System, FMS, which could provide CO2 savings of between 1% and 3%. The second patent is related to the movement of the center of gravity due to the calculation of fuel consumption on the wing of the aircraft. Boeing also increased its strategic investments in Brazil, reaffirming its commitment to the Brazilian aerospace industry and the country. In October, the company inaugurated its Engineering and Technology Center in São José dos Campos, part of a global network of 15 technology hubs. Boeing also announced its first internship program for engineering students in Brazil, in line with its global strategy to contribute to engineering excellence in the countries where it operates. News number 7, Miguelhas.com.br, December 27, 2023, Kalmed succeeds in banning competitor from using Kalmed name as trademark. Kalmed is facing a lawsuit for using the Kalmed trademark as a trademark. The company shall exclude all social media, electronic websites, and any other institutional or promotional information, printed or digital, that contains the aforementioned expressions. The case involves a request from the competitor, Kalmed, which registered the trademark with the INPI. Both brands operate in the distribution of medicines and hospital supplies. Kalmed claims to have registered the trademark with the INPI as of October 9, 2018. However, the competitor used the name Kalmed in its business, operating in the same segment, but without the respective registration. The judge determined that the registration of a trademark gives the owner exclusive rights to use it in the national territory, ensuring the material integrity or reputation of the trademark. The case involves Frederico Cortes and Aravelto Goncalves, of Cortes y Goncalves Advogados Asociados, representing Kalmed. News number 8, Autosport, December 27, 2023, wagon of the new BMW 5 Series appears ahead of time in Brazil. Will it come? The new BMW 5 Series touring in Peru has been revealed, with 2 different configurations registered with the National Institute of Industrial Property, INPI. One of them is the fuel sedan, confirmed to arrive after the electric version. The other is the 5 Series Touring, the Peruvian version of the BMW mid-range family. Brazil has not yet received this model officially, but the bumper of the station wagons does not appear. The BMW Group reaffirms this position in a note sent to Autosport, stating that the company registers its products in the most important markets, including Brazil, and has no relationship with the confirmation of launch in each market. The new model will have the same powertrains as the sedan, including an electric version and a sports division. The global launch is scheduled for mid-2024. News number 9, Estado de Minas, December 28, 2023, the dispute between the Novos Baianos. The Justice of Rio de Janeiro is fighting a dispute over the use of the band Novos Baianos, a brand created by Luiz Galvão against Baby do Brasil and his company, Baby do Brasil Produtos Artísticas Limitada. The lawsuit alleges that, since 2016, the contracts have been made by Baby, but the receivables are not distributed equally among the members of the group. The lawsuit also alleges that the trademark is registered only in the singer's name. The case may lead to the removal of the band's name from the trial, a symbol of the Brazilian legal system.